Wow, Barry Season 3, Episode 7 was an emotional filled episode, and I have to say there was a lot of surprising twists and turns and some interesting setups for the finale next week on Episode 8. I can't believe the season's over already, basically. Bill Hader will come back to direct all episodes of Season 4. Overall, I think this has been a superb season. You can see my previous reactions. My OBS video capture card went on the fritz, so I'm just going to talk about the last three. You can check out my review for last week's episode up on the channel as well. But yeah, Barry was poisoned. Crazy cliffhanger last week. He's still poisoned. The woman who poisoned him just put a towel over his head and just walked off. And at first I thought he made it out, and then you realize it goes into like a crazy dream sequence where he sees people who have died. He sees the people he's killed. And it's very bizarre and dark. This is very dark as far as Barry is concerned. Meanwhile, Fuchs earlier was letting all these people know, all these people who are loved ones of Barry's victims, know about Barry killing the people they cared about the most. And one of them was Janice Moss's father. That's right, Detective Moss, who is with Kuzno, who got killed in the season 1 finale. He turns Fuchs into the police, and they all are convinced that he's this killer there. But the FBI guy and Moss's father, I think deep down know that it's Barry. The FBI guy talks to Fuchs, and we get to learn something that happened in Afghanistan. That's going to be an interesting setup for the final episode. And then Detective Moss's father goes and sees Gene Kuzno, who's now being directed by his friend that he basically did wrong 20 years ago. She's freaking out. She hasn't done any directing jobs, but he's given her a second chance. And in return, he's getting a second chance. They're filming like the special for like masterclass filmmaking. Overall, she gets recognition, is offered a gig, and then he goes to confront Kuzno. And Kuzno says Barry's a good egg. He's not a bad kid, but he notices that Kuzno's sweating. And I think he's very observant that he's going to have a feeling it's Barry. So he's getting it from every direction, basically. To finish off Barry's storyline, we see this man find him. It starts at a church, and we don't know why this man's there. We're just following this random guy. He finds Barry and takes him into his car and drives to the hospital. We then learn that this man is Ryan's father. Ryan is the individual that he was supposed to kill in the very first episode, the actor friend, you know. That was like the catalyst for the whole show, basically. He's there for hours, and eventually we learn that he kills himself, and then the hospital finds Barry poisoned, so they're going to save him. Some haunting imagery there. But meanwhile, the craziest part was Sally's story in this episode. She's writing on a new show. She's being one of the writers of this TV show, and then she sees this comedy, and it's her friend from Kuzno's class, and it turns out she stole her story and restructured that formula for another comedic show. Sally just goes on an epic meltdown. I think her and Barry really belong to each other after seeing their meltdowns this season. She doesn't know she's being recorded, so it's all over the web, and then she issues an apology and then talks about truth and people backstabbing her and everything and makes it worse. So she basically burns every single bridge, and I kind of feel bad for Sally, but at the same time, she was just so insufferable and full of herself that she kind of deserves this, I think. But this episode is just yet another example of superb writing from HBO, and then the people, the cast and crew on Barry, have done such a fantastic job that I cannot wait to see how it ends in episode 8 and what that will bring in season 4. I think season 4 might be the last, I don't know, but I think it's going to be batshit crazy if Bill Hader's directing it. All those episodes have been superb so far. And this is one of the best shows on TV right now. So if you've never seen Barry, check it out. But this season, I think, has been A+ superb, including this episode. Cannot wait to see what happens. This is my deep dive into what happened in this episode. A lot of interesting twists and turns. And I almost forgot, NoHo Hank. He's like somewhere trying to find people, and he ends up getting hit with like a dart, like one of those little blow poison dart things, and his other men are captured there. So like he has his whole arc too. Everybody's like all separated in their own predicaments so far. So it'll be interesting to see what happens. Let me know down in the comments below. Did you see this week's episode of Barry? Comment down below your thoughts of this episode. What do you think is going to happen in the finale? What are some of your favorite moments? Comment down below. Let's have a great discussion. In the meantime, be sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe for more videos. Check out these other videos for more content. Stay safe and healthy, everyone. Till next time, be on the lookout. I'm going to have a Q&A giveaway during the week.